Michigan's rock station. Q106.
Ah, snap. John Helldiver's in the house, man. What's going on,
sir? Good to see you again. How you been?
Doing great, man. Doing great. Getting ready for another round of Capital City Comic-Con, July 10th through 12th at the Lansing Center, and you're now a repeat offender.
You're dang right. The con's so nice, they invited me twice.
That's right, man. So tell me about the fun times you had there last year, man. What was your favorite part of last year's con?
Oh my gosh, so many highlights from last year. Number one with the Bullet meeting, everybody. Obviously, I was truly blown away by just how many people came out, how many Helldivers we saw, so many people in costume, just getting to like talk about loadouts and talk about the game and meet people was definitely like highlight number one. I'd never been to Lansing before. I had a great time in Lansing. I ate your weird olive burger and enjoyed it. I mean, you can't be like, hey, you got to try the olive burger. Your boy's going to try an olive burger.
Damn straight. Yeah, right. I just recommended that to your Helldivers 2 co-conspirator, Rachel Hemsey.
Rachel, we will surely crack open an olive burger together over the
Hell yeah. Absolutely. I love it, man. So, dude, so many iconic lines from this game. What's the one that's most oft quoted at you by Helldivers fans?
Oh, I mean, it's a long list. People love hitting you with a sweet liberty or a sweet liberty, my leg. Everybody loves that. Freedom conquers all is a big one. And then, yeah, basically just like any imitations of any of the various pain reactions from the Helldivers voices, all of which are amazing. You get those a lot.
I love it.
The machine gun laugh is a popular one as well.
I love it. Hell yeah. Now, last time you and I talked, you shared your favorite Shakespeare quote with us, reason not the need. So when you were walking around the Lansing Center with all the various merch and art and stuff, were you able to talk yourself into reasoning not the need? What'd you walk away with that weekend?
I mean, I don't even think we have to lean back that far. A couple things that I got at the con last year. I think I got them right here. A Visit Super Earth postcard.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely incredible. This was from Pixel Empire. I got this at the con last year, and this was a super highlight. Oh my goodness. From Zach. I think it's at Star Seeker Designs. Yeah, at Star Seeker Designs. Helldivers 2 Magic the Gathering card.
Oh, that's lit. Lit.
Those were both pretty great. I got a couple really nice pieces of fan art too from people that came, which was really nice. So
is that card going to make it into a commander deck someday? Or
it probably should. I'm not going to lie to you. As an elder millennial, Magic the Gathering has become a thing I no longer understand. I'm trapped back with my bog imps and my fourth edition 90s understanding is pretty much where it ended. But I don't know. Commander and Magic is like Warhammer to me. It's like the Green Goblin mask on my wall that occasionally will be like, spend all of your money, and I'm like, no, I can't. I have too many hobbies. Like, but what if you had 2 more hobbies that you spent all your money on? So I gotta slow the roll. I can't be doing all that.
Yeah. I'm still walking the planes. I do most of my Magic on Arena, and I'm mostly free to play on there.
This is what I hear is that I gotta like throw Arena on the iPad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can have some fun. Okay.
That will scratch the itch, and unlike Warhammer 40K, it won't cost you a mortgage payment to have an army.
Yes, or just have my little fingies covered in paint and dry brush all the time, right?
Right, exactly. We actually have a gaming store next to the station, and every Friday they do Warhammer, and these guys are rolling in suitcases and giant Rubbermaid totes.
Pelican cases, the
right?
Totes, yeah,
right. And I'm like, dude, there are house payments in there.
Oh yeah. Helldivers actually has a Warhammer collab coming up, which
oh my, oh man,
that was like I think that and Halo were the first things that really people were excited about. And excuse me, sorry.
Bless you.
Now everybody now both of those things are ticked off, so I'm very excited about that.
Now you picked up another big role recently. You've got a good streak of like iconic character roles on your IMDb these days. You voiced Clark Kent, aka Superman, and
I did
in the
DC
Dark.
Dark Legion.
Yeah, man. So everybody's got a different take on Soups. He's off. He is an oft maligned superhero. He's like, oh well, he's just invincible, beats up everything. But there's some depth of story there too. What's your take on Soups, man? How'd you intersect with that character?
He's been a favorite of mine forever. I love the Christopher Reeve movies growing up. I was Superman for Halloween when I was like 5 years old, and I ran around with my cape here. Actually, if you look, that you could see the chevron. You can see
There
the
it is.
logo
Yep.
up there.
Okay.
That's from my Halloween costume as a kid. My mom, when I booked, when DC Dark Legion came out, my mom took it off and made a little like.
Oh, how
wall
sweet
art
is
for me.
that?
I know,
Very
adorable.
Cool.
But I identify a lot with Superman. He is a small town kid who grew up in a rural area, who had dreams of going to the big city and kind of doing his thing. That's something that I very much identify with, because I am from the sticks and had to drive past the dairy farm to get to school and stuff. But I think the things that I brought to the audition that I think the team responded to, he's funny in a way that a lot of people don't think he is, I think, because I think he had to be. He was picked on in high school because he had to diminish his powers and he couldn't show out. So he's a witty guy. He's an AP English kid like me. So I think bringing a little bit of humor, bringing a little bit of wryness to him is something that I had some fun with in the audition. And also just it's really fun to play somebody that is, completely morally centered. So often, especially in video games, it's like all these shades of gray.
No, yeah.
I think those are the two things that I really had fun bringing. Is just like, he's funny. People think he isn't, but he has to be. I think David Cornswell shows that to a T in the movies. He's funny. He's charming. He's goofy. But also just being able to be somebody where it's like, no, he's 100% good. He is selfless and true, and you can just really use that as a North Star, especially in like the combat lines. I think those are the two things I really had fun with, and me and Cal, the director of the game, had fun with too.
Very cool, man. Now, another iconic character that you recently picked up for a role. Someone who maybe he might be slightly more morally ambiguous. One James T. Kirk in Star Trek
Yes.
Legacies. So,
Yeah.
how'd you go about tackling that, man? Because there's the Shat. He's right there, and he looms large over anyone who's going to portray Kirk moving forward. So, how did you approach that?
That was fun because that's part of a series where these the Studio Demands It is the name of the podcast, and my buddy TC is one of the writers on that. Every week they tackle a different spec screenplay idea that they have to crack, and they kind of beat it out and they try their best, and then their audience votes on which one they want to write. They're like, ooh, episode 10 was my favorite this year. Write the Star Trek one. So a lot of the times it's continuations of abandoned series. So that is a spec screenplay that finishes the Chris Pine arc. So it's a movie that will never exist, but just in an alternate universe, what if this was the end of that series? So it was really it's the Pine universe. So that was really just I love those movies. That first movie, oh my gosh, the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek is a favorite of mine. I love Chris Pine. That's sort of the other side of like the coin that I play a lot. The Kirk type, just sort of the cocky asshole. It's not a terribly hard, stock character for me to drop into. Let's not explore why. So he fits into the sort of hotshot pilot Han Solo kind of archetype that I get to pick up every now and again. So that was a good time.
Gotcha. Now, one of the things I can't believe I missed this the first time we chatted. Yeah, we started this off with your favorite Shakespeare quote, "Reason, not the need." Love that. I've quoted that several times since our last conversation. When I'm like, "Do I need a treat? Do I deserve a treat?" Yes, reason, not the need. Do the thing.
Our basest beggars are in their poorest things superfluous. So
damn straight, man. I didn't realize though that you were the youngest fight captain at the Utah Shakespearean Fest. What is the role of a fight captain?
This is a great question and a super fun question. So, Utah Shakespearean Festival is a regional theater I worked at when I was in college. I was there 18, 19, 20, and 21 years old. So, I mean, literally just like getting paid to go to summer camp. It was the best. But anyway, a fight captain is one of the roles in a theatrically produced piece of live theater where if there's violence on stage, on any level, you know, somebody shoves somebody in a family melodrama, all the way up to what I was the fight captain on, which is a play called Coriolanus, which is a Shakespeare play that's a Roman history, where the first act and a half is literally all fighting. It's just Romans and Volscians killing each other. The fight captain's job is to work over the rehearsal process with the fight choreographer, the fight director. That'd be the person, you know, she's the one who's writing all the combat. She's the one who's teaching the cast all the combat. She's choreographing. She's the fight choreographer. The fight captain is a member almost always of the cast that they select who has some fight experience. It was my job to take notes, write everybody's tracks down, film them, because, you know, the rehearsal process is only a couple weeks long, but then you're doing the play for 10 weeks, and the fight choreographer, most of the time, is not there. They leave to go do another job. So it's your job to really keep everybody safe and keep the fights crispy. So basically, like, before every play that has violence, you have what's called a fight call. So usually like an hour and 15 minutes before, everybody shows up, they're in their warm-up clothes, they're in their street clothes. It was my job to run the fight call, which means we go through all of the fights at slow-mo. I correct, I make sure everybody's safe. We run all the fights at full speed. Everybody's feeling good. Great, let's do it. The other job as a fight captain, which ended up happening in Coriolanus, is it's a long season. People get sick. People get hurt. Things happen. At one point in this show, one person got sick. A guy got the stomach flu. So that means everybody is also understudying somebody else, which is all well and good, except we realized that day, 5 weeks into the run, we were covering each other in a circle. So like, okay, Michael's out. I got your role, Terry. Terry, who do you got? Well, I got James. Well, James, I got Craig. Well, Craig has Terry. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
We are all covering each other. So I kid you not, before every scene, for the first 40 minutes of this play, we would get together like a football team. And I had to quarterback, okay, who's covering who? Well, I have to fight you upstairs. I'm in the wrong costume. I need to go get changed. Who can say this line? Well, Michael says that line. Well, Michael can't say that line because he's doing this. We had to just audible every single piece of violence off stage and then run on. And I was literally running across the top floor of the theater in a helmet, fighting, dying, rolling off stage, changing costumes, running downstairs, doing my other track. It was bananas. Absolutely insane.
Oh my gosh, man.
So that's your job as a fight captain. And I was 20 when I did that at Utah Shakes.
What a hell of a responsibility. What was the closest call you had during this time?
Oh, it was not close calls. I think we did 15 or 18 performances. I think Coriolanus punched me in the head, I think like 12 out of 18. We could not get the distance right. It was supposed to be a classic, just like kind of nap to the side of the head. I caught fist more often than not. At one point, sort of one of the things of the show was there was a big mural of a Roman fight as part of the set design. So part of the fight choreography was, you know, you'd fight and stab and thrust, and then everybody'd freeze, and there'd be a light cue and a music cue, and the mural would light up, and we'd be like in the positions of the mural. It's like, oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Whatever. Who knows if it worked. But at one point, me and my buddy Justin, who I later was like in this guy's wedding, I reared back with my spear, and I supposed to freeze on his sword, and the pine staff that we were using exploded into 100,000 pieces, some of which getting on the audience, and me and him just have to freeze in eye contact for 5 seconds during this cue, and we're both like, uh-oh. I have no weapon. We're covered in debris. So we sort of make it through the rest of the fight. And the end of the fight is Aufidius, the main Volscian general, grabbing me by the throat and like lifting me up and then throwing me across the stage in frustration. So he throws me across the stage and I just start gathering up all the pieces of wood because we have 3 more hours. And over the course of the fight, everybody was just like, okay, if you could grab a piece of the spear, grab it. So fight. Stuff that in your pocket. Fight. Throw that off stage because we had 2 more hours of play to do, and we didn't want the stage to be covered in shims, basically. So that was a memorable show for sure.
Did this experience give you additional appreciation for the work of pro wrestlers, for how much nonsense they have to do without injuring each other?
100%. Pro wrestling is some of the greatest theater and storytelling that exists. It's the most physical. I mean, it's real. Just look at any of their bodies afterward.
Right.
You know, it's very akin to pro wrestling, and you know that's why pro wrestlers make great actors, make great stuntmen. You know, they'd probably do great in Shakespeare. Just teach them verse.
There you go.
Have them up there. Yeah.
Well, we'll have a couple of them at Capital City Comic Con, and that's where we're going to hang out with you as well, man. Craig Lee Thomas, John Helldiver himself. Brother, thank you so much for doing your part to defend democracy.
And thank you, sir, for your services to propaganda. Come to Capital City Comic Con this July.
We love it, man. July 10th through 12th at the Lansing Center. Craig, safe travels. We'll crack open an olive burger again when you get here,
Thanks, man. Can't wait. Olive burgers on me when I get there.
Michigan's Rock Station, Q106.